you decide to become a high school teacher?
'Cause I like high school girls, that's why!
Now, before we get started, let me just say I am not an ABA hater. I think I've played more ABA than half of the absolute turbo-joking fiends in the hellhole known as the ABA Discord server. I've even devoted so much of my time into getting up to 7 prestiges. And in return for those 7 prestiges, I got a couple of shitty characters and some X's next to my name. So yeah, that just goes to show I love ABA. I will do anything in this game. I have little to nothing bad to really even say about it. I mean, it has its issues like balancing, and some characters are very much better than others visually and mechanically and like in every other way. But everyone has their strong suit. This game is far from bad. But something has recently happened that has left the community in a complete drought. Starting off with Snake. He's the great owner of ABA. He's made a lot of cool characters, like damn near every character, but most notably, he's recently dedicated an entire week to his favorite series, Dragon Ball. 7 days, Dragon Ball week, all filled with Dragon Ball content. Greatly received by the community. We couldn't want anything more, you know? Gohan refresh, Majin Vegeta refresh, Vegito refresh, new maps, balancing. Goku got MUI, Vegeta with Ultra Ego, Gogeta. I mean, it was a solid update, like no complaints. The problem was this update wasn't actually rolled out over the next 7 days like it was intended to. It was more like give or take the next 14 days. So as compensation, Snake decided to give us the best event ABA has offered, in my opinion. The community was allowed to vote for 2 new characters to be voted into ABA. The top 6 we ended up with were Ichigo in the 1000-Year Blood War arc, Luffy with his new Gear 5 form, Megumi in his 10 Shadows technique, Toji Fushiguro, the man with the heavenly restriction who almost killed Gojo, a standalone Sukuna with his abilities in the new chapters of JJK, with spoiler alert, also probably the 10 Shadows technique, and a fucking Menos Grande. As a devoted JJK jerker, I'm not gonna lie, I voted for my boy Sukuna. But every player was allowed 2 votes, which I threw over to my boy Luffy. Gear 5 is pretty hype, I think it's pretty clean, but everybody's entitled to their own choice, which is why I couldn't be mad when the community decided that Menos Grande is dropping along Sukuna. Anyways, since Snake had worked insanely hard for the quality of Dragon Ball Week, he was pretty burnt out, and it doesn't help that the legion of JJK jerkers, such as myself, have been waiting very impatiently for Sukuna, and still are. But Snake has said there isn't even a 1% chance we get it in the coming week. Huh. Well, we got 1%, so that's something. K1 is a helper of ABA who's made some pretty banger characters as well. Dropped some well-received news following Sukuna and Menos that we would even be getting Akaza. But there's one more main dev who's made more characters than even K1. Where's Par? Par. He's definitely not my favorite developer, but he has given us some bangers like Gojo, who's actually one of my favorite characters. And I encourage everyone to go learn some Gojo tech if you really like ABA. But he's also given us some pretty hot, steamy ass, like the entire Fate Stay Night roster.
Irrelevant!
And his conquest to bring equality to ABA. Hear me out, I'm far from a sexist. I like playing just half of the characters that are, you know, bringing this balance of gender to ABA. Like, honestly, you couldn't think of anything cooler than Chica and Rika? Like, the only Rika I want in this game is the Queen of Curses, we all know this. But we got the product of a certified gooner. Recently, while everybody was waiting quietly for the next piece of information to a sign of life in the progress logs, today, Par decided to let it be known we're getting Dear Bitch. Yeah, lots of creativity, lots of fun there. I'm all for these characters that are female, but honestly, what do they even do? Not to mention, Nanami was promised to us last Christmas, and we haven't even gotten a look at his model. Remember K1? how he delivered news about Akaza and nobody complained? Well, Par's character was a pretty split wave, and everybody who liked this character is exactly as you'd expect. Oh, wow, Noko-ten is peak? Let's see this guy. Huh, that's a pretty odd profile picture. Objectively correct. Who is Mori whatever. I mean, this guy's always correct, so, I mean, she's a musician. His music taste is also gotta be, like, always correct, too, right? Twitter link, let's see, for proof. Huh. 163,000 hours. Which translates to about, 4 months.
Somebody smell like shit! Somebody smell like shit! Wait! Somebody smell like shit! No!
A third of the year spent listening to Mori Calliope, I assume. So I gotta listen to her for myself. So I hit this guy up. Hey, Quaffs, I'm a beginner music listener and gooner. What Mori Calliope song do I start with? I'm new to music. I only listen to Uzi and Jay-Z. Please don't make fun of me. I'm just a rookie. I only listen to Uzi and... a playlist. Listens to the... it's a VTuber. I listen to worse. I mean, I'm just gonna listen to this with an open mind.
Back to you inside this labyrinth of light, there was madness.
This shit is so ass. I'm not just flaming this guy, okay? There's a lot of people who like our girl Noko-ten. Apparently, it's really peak, and I'm a pleb if I disagree with this guy. I mean, he literally says I'm getting owned, and who wants that? I mean, why would I ever disagree? I don't want to get owned. I don't. So, you know, I'm glad Par is always keeping up with the community and always being a great guy. So, what is the state of ABA? I mean, it's the title, so let's summarize this in just one word. In one word, we're gonna say it's just dry. I mean, Snake's dropped one actual frame of Sukuna, and that's all we've seen. Besides the fact that he wants to make more Dragon Ball characters, and that he really likes this Jujutsu Kaisen McDonald's sauce, and there's no sign of Sukuna besides this big dummy. Yeah, that's a thing. I can't say I'm particularly excited for anything Par's making, but I have high hopes for Snake, K1, any other contractors, or even a few skins from Chicken Man. Hopefully we get the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. But anyways, I just wanted to talk a bit about what's going on in ABA, and maybe you could even laugh once. So, don't go for anyone shown in the video. They play ABA, so they probably won't even care. Don't go on a witch hunt, nothing like that. So, that's it. Like and subscribe. Looking out for the update. Comment down below. Peace.
Flow so sick, but it's not contagious. Bitch tried to read me like a book and got the flipping pages. She like, who you think you are? Bitch the greatest. Crib out the way so far, neighbors kinda racist. Chop in the crib, I don't even blame you.